Subscribe to Breakthrough Gaming and get your chance to win a copy, limited copy, Last of Us 2, which I'm not in.
The hug,
Man. Here you go, buddy.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Keep watching.
What's up, guys? It's Tajay here, back with another Last of Us Part 2 informational video. And today, we are going to continue the long-awaited Last of Us podcast with the boy Breakthrough. So, as you already know, I'm Tajay, and I'm going to let Breakthrough, introduce himself.
We definitely slacked off. I think it's been a month since we really uploaded any episodes. So what I told Tajay is that we should make this the official beginning of the live stream, or podcast, I should say. Because it's just been too long. The hype has already gone down, and we have so many people that DM'd us that we never got back to. So we think that by refreshing it and just starting again, especially with this topic, I think Taj is gonna like this topic.
Right. Most definitely. But before we get into this, before you even introduce what we're talking about, if everybody can make sure, whether you're on Breakthrough's channel or my channel, drop a like on this video. My goal is 350, and I think Breakthrough says his is 1,000 as well. If you go to our descriptions, you can subscribe to both of us. So subscribe to the person you're watching, and then also make sure to go to the description and subscribe to the vice versa person. And yeah.
So Tajay, this is the one topic that we're always going to disagree on, and I think that's why we chose this as the first, episode. Yeah. It's something that, warning to the viewers, it might get a little heated here.
Yes, because, bro, guys, what we're talking about here is MW. If you don't know who MW is, we're not talking about Modern Warfare. We're talking about the Mystery Woman. Okay, Mystery Woman. Everybody knows her as well. People know her to be very mysterious. And then people think she's either like Ellie's mom or Ellie's sister. That's like the main two things that people try to predict. Now, I'm that third oddball who says, no, it's not a mom. It's not a sister. This is a brand new fleshed out character.
All right. So, Tajay, I would have preferred you said that it's not the mom. It might be a sister. It might be someone related, because a whole new character?
Yeah.
That's what your take on it is?
Yeah, brand new character, bro. A brand new playable character.
Okay. Well, do you want to start, or should I start?
Bro, I'll go ahead and start this, okay?
Okay.
First off, this is why I think, well, Neil Druckmann did say that she is a significant character, and he's not, because the first game could have been the last. That could have been like the end, okay? The first game, their story was concluded, and they didn't want to make a second one unless it was meaningful and worth the story. So they made sure that most of these characters actually have something to do with, Joel and Ellie, which is why they actually revealed and had their own teaser trailer just revolving around this character. That being said, this character being very, centered on the screen, and all that, like her having her own little reveal and everything, this is definitely a playable character, and I've explained this multiple times. Darren, do you want me to go through and say this real quick? Like you want to?
I want you to just make your points known, and then we can just keep bouncing back and forth.
All right. Well, before I even get onto all that, I just want to say that Mystery Woman is definitely 100% a brand new character, not Ellie's mom. No matter what,
you have to say 100%. All right, just keep going.
Yes, 100% not Ellie's mom. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. But I honestly feel 100% down in my body, every fiber, every atom that's in my core, that Mystery Woman is a brand new character, and she's not related to Ellie at all. At all. And I'll go further and give my reasons, but I'm gonna let the boy Darian explain his side.
Okay, so I guess this counts towards the audience, but also to you specifically, Tajay. All right, so Neil Druckmann said that Ellie is his favorite character. His favorite character that he's ever worked on or developed.
You're right.
He said that in different interviews. What did Neil Druckmann mean when he goes on Twitter and posts a picture of one of the actresses? I forgot. I don't know who's one of the act. No, it wasn't even the actress. What was that quote that Neil Druckmann used where he stated, "Thank you for bringing one of my favorite characters to life"?
He was talking about to Laura Bailey.
Laura Bailey. Okay, Laura Bailey. Do we know what her confirmed character is?
Yes, Laura Bailey's character is the Mystery Woman.
Okay. So,
So I think you
Tajay-
purposely just kind of made me kind of answer your questions like you didn't know, so I could, so it could come out my
Okay,
mouth.
okay.
You
Okay,
set
okay.
me up,
We,
but
okay.
you know.
Okay, no. Actually, I forgot that Laura Bailey was confirmed to be the mystery woman.
Oh, so it just happened to work out that way.
Okay, yes, I promise. I promise. In this case, it did. It did. But now that I remember the full post that Neil Druckmann made on Twitter,
Right.
why if his favorite character is Ellie, and Laura Bailey is playing that four-letter character, the mystery woman, who the only four-letter character that we have that's related
This
to Ellie.
this might help your side, but actually in that tweet where he's like, "Thanks for being my favorite character alive," he's actually talking about that for like he's thanking her for bringing that four-letter character back. So I mean, technically,
but her favorite, but it could just mean thank you for giving birth to Ellie. Because what if he literally hid it right there in plain sight, stating, "Thank you for bringing one of my favorite characters to life," and the one that he said he has multiple times said that his favorite character is Ellie.
True.
What if that subliminal is
It's how you perceive it though, because I think that he's saying thanks for bringing that character to life. That's probably his favorite character, which would be at the time Laura Bailey's character, which is the mystery woman.
I guess that's just the first point we'll have to disagree on.
Yes.
But I'm gonna keep going just a little bit. All right.
All right. Go ahead.
Laura Bailey plays a four-letter character, the only four-letter characters that we know of in The Last of Us Part 1 at least. Obviously, we don't have The Last of Us Part 2, so we don't know like the total amount of characters that are going to be in the game. We only know the main premise characters. But the four-letter character in The Last of Us Part 1, we had Joel. Clearly that mystery woman is not Joel.
Right.
We had Tess. Clearly
Correct.
that mystery
Tess
woman
is dead.
Yeah, Tess is dead. And we had who, other than that, we had Bill. That clearly that woman doesn't have a penis. And then we have potentially, of course, because there might be new characters in Last of Us Part 2, but we have Anna. Anna is the one character, Ellie's mom, that we got to read in the winter episode of The Last of Us Part 1, where obviously, according to that letter, Anna, has been dead for a while. Or at least that's what we're told in The Last of Us Part 1. I think that even though, yes, there's still a small possibility that there's going to be new characters in The Last of Us Part 2 that might also have four letters, why would Neil Druckmann go out of his way to emphasize on Twitter and also post a picture of the mystery woman being hung off the
All right,
tree?
let me tell you this.
But just so the audience hears it, and then put a four-letter checkerboard, four-letter character name, mystery woman, and there's no other four-letter character, and then he says, "Thank you for bringing to life my favorite character," and he's pretty much hinting. Oh, and we know there's a baby in The Last of Us Part 2. So
Yeah.
if anyone says that Ellie's mom is dead, there's no way she came back, well, there's time jumping. That's been confirmed. So we may very well just go into the past and get to see where Ellie came from, aka Ellie's mom and Ellie's mom's vagina, and we're getting that whole thing narrated, like her whole upbringing.
All right.
Why is that impossible to you, Tajay?
Now look. First off, I want to start with your point where you're saying like the tweet and the mystery woman is and the four-letter blanks. Okay, I feel like that's all about the bring hype into this guy. He is writing a great story here. There's no way that he's gonna let everybody have this prediction that this is gonna be Ellie's mom right off rip like that years prior to the game even coming out. I think that is just a marketing strategy for us to get to talking and people to get really excited to assume. I don't really 100% think that he's trying to tell us that is Ellie's mom, because if he wanted to, he could have just did it, for one. Secondly, when he's saying I'm thinking like, I'm gonna bring in my favorite character to life, maybe that the mystery woman was his favorite character he worked on. It got brought to life. Possibly. But at the same time, that does more so work to your side. I'll give you that, bro. That tweet, him saying that can really scream Ellie's mother, okay? I will give you that. Now also, your last point was saying like the time jumping or whatnot. For time jumping to work, okay? You know the Seraphites, right?
Yeah.
They are an extremely religious cult, okay? And the thing about this cult, I don't think some like cultist group could start up early on in the outbreak whenever it took years upon years for the Fireflies to fight back against the oppression of the United States government in quarantine zones or whatnot, and become freedom fighters to look for an actual cure themselves and better the world. That took years for the Fireflies to come through. So I don't think it's feasible for this crazy cult in this game to just come out of nowhere a couple years after. It doesn't matter how X amount of time right after the outbreak they happened on 2013.
But how do we? Because all that can just be explained with time jumping.
But
Like,
wait,
we don't know how they're
I
gonna do it
understand
or
that.
what
Understand that.
order.
But wait.
Okay.
The thing is, in that trailer, okay, look, Yara and Lev play a key part to Ellie's story. That was also said. Yara and Lev are brand new characters, okay? And Yara and Lev, they're about age. I think Yara's 14 and Lev is 16 years old, okay? Which means if they're that age and they're gonna play a key part, for that to be in the past, in they're part of Ellie's journey, that means they have to be older whenever we actually get to the actual like gameplay of Ellie. Which means that how can they be key if we only see like I don't think they're gonna have like do a showcase of them younger, then all of a sudden they're just gonna be older. Like, you know what I mean? So that's another reason that I have, as well as I just lost my train of thought. What were you saying at the very end? What was your last point again? The time jumping, yes. So back to the time jumping again. The Seraphites, it just seemed that's the same exact group that Ellie was fighting in the current time in Seattle. That's where that trailer took place, right? She was in Seattle, correct?
Yeah, she was.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, where do you know where the trailer took place inside the Mystery Woman? Because I know that was in the woods.
It's I believe, honestly. Oh, this is a side tangent, but the GameStop manager show where we saw all that gameplay. We didn't see it, where they held all that gameplay in private. It was the same exact scenery. Like when people were describing it, they described torches, a dark forest, walking in between just a wilderness. So what if that GameStop Magic show really did happen around that same environment we're seeing at the Mystery Woman's being hung off the tree?
Right.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Which would also, that'll help my reasoning though. That'll help.
But no, but okay. With all due respect, Tajay, I think that everything you're saying is potential and it can happen. But for that same reason that it can happen and it is potential, you were arguing about the time sequence of like when Yara and Lev were interacting with the potential. I'm arguing it's Ellie's mom. You're arguing it's a new character. But let's just say Mystery Woman. You're arguing that it wouldn't make sense for that to be the past. Now, okay, let's say I agree with that, but again, that can also be explained with just time jumping. Like we don't know what.
Yara and Lev's 14 and 16. For them to be a key role, if you time jump, they would be so much older, so much older.
But okay, so if okay, first of all, Yara and Lev, they might go down that route. What if it was okay? If that was from the past, then you're right. They're going to be much older, and we haven't seen Yara or Lev, look much older on any gameplay. But we haven't got enough gameplay to even know if Yara and Lev are not going to be older. What if Ellie's mom just never died? Because in The Last of Us Part 1, we never had any trace of her. We never got to experience her at all. We never even got a true. We never really got a true confirmation that she was dead for good.
That's true. That is true. They can. I'm not saying that it's impossible. I agree, bro. I feel like both of our reasonings both make sense. I just more so don't want it to be Ellie's mom. Like, I can understand where you're coming from. I just don't see why you think it's that simple.
I mean, when you think about it, it's only simple now because we've collected the information and shown it to people. But who in the right mind, or like the average Joe just on Twitter, how are they gonna put together a picture with 4 square boxes? All right, 4-letter character, woman being hung off the tree, and he's saying that thank you for giving birth to my favorite character. Like not that many people have researched into Neil Druckmann to know that Neil Druckmann's favorite character is Ellie, and like 95% of the population will never know this until the game comes out. Like even with the people that are watching us right now, I just don't see people wanting to or even being able to dig as much as we do.
Right.
I mean, that's the reason why they come to us. Otherwise, everybody would be a
Just
scientist doing research.
Do everything themselves. And it takes a lot of time to go through and dig through so much content and words and quotes and tweets and leaks. And it takes a lot of time to really, obtain all the information.
choosing what to cover is the hardest part, because half of the time we're here scratching our heads of like, all right, is this source reliable? If this source reliable? If this is this
Yes.
a legitimate way to get information? You already know my story, the amount of controversy that there's been in the past.
Right.
But I'm sure you've also noticed, like, no matter what, we're just not gonna be able to keep everyone happy.
Yeah. Yeah. I know exactly what you mean on that.
But look, we're getting sidetracked, all right?
We are.
Tajay, I think that's Ellie's mom, and I think you're gonna be wrong.
Bro, I mean, we've been talking for we could really just put a bet on it, bro. Like, we've already set this on stream. $100, one and done, you know what I'm saying? It's Ellie's mom. I got you. If I'm right, you gotta send me 100 beans. It's just how it's gonna have to go.
I have no problem with that. Dude, how could it be a random character? It literally looks like Ellie.
Bro,
like out of all the characters
doesn't
in the
even
entire
look like, bro. It really, like, honestly, I can see bro, it really truly doesn't really look like her that much. I think it's just a coincidence. Like, it might a little bit, but it really does not look like Ellie. Like, if you truly look, it just doesn't. It looked like
these are all just coincidences. The 4-letter character, the giving birth to my favorite character, Cough Ellie, the fact that Anna might actually not have died because we never got any proof that she was in fact dead, and the last was part 1. All that means absolutely nothing to you, Tom.
Does this mean nothing to you? How did Seraphites come up within a couple of years? How is this in the past whenever Yara and Lev are going to be in the present day of our story? And they're only 14 and 16, and inside that clip right there, they are 14 and 16. It looks like. You ever think about that?
I've thought about it, but like that's a potential conflict there, but it really can be solved and explained by time jumping. Like, Naughty Dog might,
but
just
Naughty
do whatever
Dog
they want.
confirmed that those characters are 14 and 16. Therefore, that scene cannot be a time jump.
But okay, so let's just say that's not a time jump. It could still be a time jump, because what if we're really gonna get to explore Yara and Lev just as young characters? Like,
I mean, even if it's not a time jump, it could still well be. You could still well be right, time jump or not. It could still be her mom. But if it is her mom, I'll give you this. If it is her mom, it's not a time jump. Still, there's still no time jump. I'll say that.
All right, we're just gonna have to agree to disagree.
Yeah, for sure.
Audience watching this right now, comment down below.
Team Taj or team Taj or team Darian,
or say Breakthrough, because they don't
team Breakthrough, team Taj or team Breakthrough, bro. It's definitely team Taj. Team Taj in the comments, bro. Rally, bro. Team Taj. Everybody in the comments, team Taj, please.
I'm just gonna let you throw that into the podcast, right? Because I'm right, and those $100 that are non-existent, you're gonna have to start working for it, Tajay. You're gonna have to throw me some bread very soon.
You're giving me that 100 when it comes out, but before we head out of here,
two out of the 30 copies I'm giving away are gonna come from your pockets. How does that make you feel, Tajay?
Bro, it's not, bro. I'm gonna say that right now. It's not coming, bro. I'm not gonna be giving you $100.
Well, that was a good one, though. You gotta admit, that was a good one.
It was a pretty good one, but all I'm gonna say is, make sure everybody look down on the screen. You see these watermarks of my Twitter and the Last of Us podcast. Go follow those accounts.
And my Twitter too, man. Don't forget about me.
Yeah. Make sure if you're watching this
on Twitter.
Follow us on Twitter. Subscribe to both of our channels. Like our videos. You know what I'm saying? Let's get this litty. Also, bring some ideas to the table. We could touch on anything you guys want. And we're gonna be
By the way, I gotta address this, because we're gonna get a lot of hate if we don't address this, man. We've had over 100 people that took the time to DM us, and we are in fact going through the DMs. I would sit here and explain to you, long story short, in 1 month, but there's no point. The point is, we are going through it, and we're gonna find a way to actually be able to implement it into the video. We're still coming up with ideas on how we're gonna combine everything, but just want to say, your voice is not unheard. We are going through all the DMs, so feel free to keep sending us messages, and we will be including them very soon. And also, depending on how many likes this video gets, I might just go ahead and buy a webcam. I know Tajay has a webcam. My webcam's kind of messed up, but the point is, where we want to take this to the new level. We want to have a whole setup, make this as professional as possible.
Yes, get both of our
make it as
faces on
official as
screen,
possible.
so you could, get to see us for the people we are, some of our voices. You become more of like engaged with us, become more of a friend, and it might even get some of you, your viewers who don't really like, sharing your subscribe button too much. It might even get some of you to join our squad here, join the movement.
Yeah, we could have some guests. We can even have guests lined up, where they just make an appearance to the podcast for a split second. We imagine we answer questions just like live.
Actually bring in like a fan.
Yeah, there's many routes we can take, but we're going to make sure to let you guys know what we end up doing. So follow us on our podcast page, send us your questions and submissions, and just make sure to subscribe to Taj's channel. Check out my channel as well. I was going to say my Taj as well.
I heard that.
Yeah, but yeah, that's about it, guys. Thank you for watching. This is a much shorter podcast. I know some of you guys were expecting something longer, but the truth is, if we're going to get you guys' attention and make this worth our time and your time, you guys being able to get something out of it, we think it's much better for us to choose one topic and go into a crap ton of details with that one topic. So This is going to be episode 1. We got 3 more lined up for this week, so stay tuned, guys.
Get it.
Blue Pump sucks.